Winston, your brother stole something from me.
John Wick fans are over the moon about the action-packed trailer of the Continental, but some of the fanfare is marred by Mel Gibson's controversial casting in the miniseries. Before we elaborate, let us give you an idea about what the Continental is all about, and also a breakdown of its trailer. You're welcome. Set in the 1970s New York, the Continental is a prequel show to the John Wick films and tracks the story of a young Winston Scott, played by Colin Woodall, and his rise to power. In the John Wick films, set years after the Continental, Winston Scott, played by Ian McShane, is set as the operational head of New York's The Continental Hotel, and he comes with strict rules of business. The hotel plays a central role in the John Wick franchise, serving as a neutral ground for professional assassins who must leave their bloody business outside its doors. No bloodshed in the Continental is the only rule of the bizarre John Wick universe. The trailer reveals that before Winston took charge of the hotel, it was run by an immoral, manipulative crime lord named Cormac. He tells Winston that his brother has stolen something valuable from the hotel vaults, something that is wanted by a dangerous bunch of people. In order to save his brother from Cormac, Winston attempts to take down his house and everything that comes with it. While fans are euphoric about the John Wick spin-off, they are also pretty miffed with Mel Gibson's casting, thanks to his controversial past. Why is the casting of Mel Gibson such a controversy? Gibson, a Hollywood stalwart, has been under the scanner for years for his enraging anti-Semitic comments in 2006. That's the year Gibson was arrested for a misdemeanor drunken driving and made disrespectful comments against the Jewish community while confronting the arresting officer. Following this, Gibson was notoriously boycotted by Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel, but the two have patched up since. Gibson described the event that ruined his public image as an unfortunate incident. Gibson's legacy is also stained with accusations of making homophobic and racial comments and of domestic violence. In 2010, Gibson hurled racial abuses at his then-girlfriend, Oksana Grigorieva. Recordings of threats of physical violence against her were also released subsequently. Gibson pleaded no contest to the battery charge involving Grigorieva. In 2020, Winona Ryder alleged that Gibson made homophobic and anti-Semitic comments toward a friend of hers at a party in the 1990s. Winona's accusations reminded everyone about Gibson's bad behavior through the years, so it's not surprising when Gibson's casting in the Continental was announced in 2021. People instantly booed the decision. They also questioned how he's still working in the age of cancel culture. However, those close to the actor feel that he has paid a price for his past mistakes and deserves a second chance. Gibson undoubtedly has a glorious legacy ranging from intense films such as The Braveheart to rom-coms like What Women Want. While his body work speaks for itself, it certainly doesn't make up for his misconducts. Gibson was kind of out of work for about a decade and redeemed himself in the 2016 film Hacksaw Ridge. It earned him a Best Director nomination for the Oscars. Amid the backlash over Mel Gibson's casting, the producers of the John Wick spin-off defended the decision by saying no other actor could have fit the role better. There just simply wasn't a consideration about it, said Basil Iwanek when asked if he hesitated to cast Gibson given his controversial past. Director Albert Hughes went a step ahead and said, "I think he fit the role, he fit what we needed based on his film past. And I'll leave others to debate the other stuff because it's not a black and white issue, and I don't want to be a soundbite and clickbait. That's a tricky game to get into. I have my own personal beliefs in life and whatnot about everything, but I'm here to entertain, and earlier in my career I wasn't so careful. But there's a weight that he brought, the stuff that he brought from his past roles and what he has done that we needed for this role, and I don't think anybody could have fit better. Let's put it that way, just with his chops and his experience." Who exactly is Mel Gibson's character in The Continental? Now, who is Mel Gibson's character Cormac in The Continental? We have already told you that he's the predecessor of Winston Scott as the proprietor of The Continental, but is he as honorable as Winston? The answer is probably no. In the trailer, a stone-faced Cormac can be seen manipulating a young Winston, threatening him with these words: "This sacred institution wields power beyond your imagination." The pep talk Winston gives while prepping his associates for war against Cormac also says a lot about this John Wick villain. "We need guns, lots of guns," says Winston, and adds, "Every freak in the hotel will be after us." Gibson himself sheds some light on Cormac's camaraderie with Winston and another crucial character, Sharon. Sharon is the hotel's concierge who becomes Winston's right-hand man in the future. Here's what Gibson said about Cormac. "He's kind of like their mentor, or actually mentor or tormentor. I'm not sure which, but he's rather a nefarious character who's like a father figure to them, and they perceive him that way when they're young. but as they grow and begin to analyze who he really is, they realize he's probably not the father figure he pretends to be. He is pretty selfish in his own motives and has used them in an ill way, and I think they're burned by that and they want to get even. Rightly so. To sum it up, Cormac is an intimidating kingpin operating from the Continental with ruthless force. The controversial hullabaloo aside, a white-haired Mel Gibson does make an impression in the Continental trailer as the badass Cormac, and we're hoping that he does justice to the casting as well. The Continental, made in 3 episodes, premieres on Peacock on September 22. It comes with the old world charm of 70s New York, lots of violence, and freaky assassins, which are all the necessary elements to woo viewers. From the looks of it, the series is going to be an interesting backstory of the New York safe haven for assassins. Seeing Mel Gibson as Cormac gives as much hope as seeing Colin Woodle as the young, determined Winston Scott. Will Gibson's Cormac be meaty enough to change the minds of those who are miffed with his casting? The verdict will be out on September 22. As we come to the end of this video, you know the drill. If you like this video, give us a shout out and stay tuned for more awesome content.
If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.